In this follow-up video, we're going to talk about a trade that I placed. I actually talked about it in a Wave 3 strategy, and it's called GameStop. And the reason I'm making this video is to show you how to determine where to exit once you're in profit. Now, I've discussed buying and selling strategies in the program. I mentioned it throughout videos, but we have specific tutorials on that. If you haven't had a look at that, please check it out. And we're going to use some of those techniques now. Now, this I got in early, and I showed you in previous videos how you can look for trendline breakouts, and then also how you see the ladder kind of moving up again in these collections, and especially these newer collections where there's still volume, interest. The narrative's quite strong with this one. Obviously, you've got all those people who were involved with GameStop, the actual stock itself, way back when. Maybe they're jumping in as well and becoming retail traders into meme coins. Who knows? But the most important thing is the chart. So I don't really know what's going on the socials because I'm trading the chart first and foremost, and that's what I think you should do too. But it's a good idea just to have a quick check, just to see if there's any massive news, any listing coming up. I did glance a couple of hours ago, to be honest. There's nothing interesting apart from everybody just pumping everything up and nothing else more than that. So this had broken out, but it wasn't obvious that it's going to run and now it's at 20 million. That's not obvious at all. So what we do when we get into this breakout position is when we're on profit, we start taking some of the profit. So our all-time highs would be my first target. So I already took a tiny bit there, and now I'm looking to take some around now. The thing is, it's just pushing so hard around 20 million, and well, it's already above, literally live. So I'm well in profit in this particular position, and it's a slightly larger position because remember it's a Wave 3 strategy, so it's a lot safer. So even if the price moved down a little bit or up here, it's not going to make that much difference to my position, because 8 million and then drop into 7.5, you're only down, what we're talking, like 7-8% or something like that. So it's not massive numbers. Like I said before, once you clear all-time highs, we don't know how high it's going to go. Sky's the limit. But if you find at any important psychological level, let's say it keeps pumping, we have no idea if it's going to do that. This could be the top right now as I speak. No idea. But we'd be looking at something like 50 million and 100 million and stuff like that. And there's probabilities of all of that happening. So it's worthwhile for me taking this trade, and that's why I took the trade, and it's working out really well, fortunately. And you can see lots of volume underneath as well, which is helping too. But very likely, if I see it slow down somewhere here, I'm going to take a tiny bit off. I only took a little 10 or 15% off before. I might take a little 10% off. And you have to gradually take profits. But then the rest of it, I'm going to let it run. And the reason for that is my break even on this trade, we're well past that now. Even with these little profits, I've almost paid off my entry price. So it's almost like a free trade. And that's how you should think of some of these things. Like once let's say you put one soul in and you doubled it and then it was 2 soul, you could take that 1 soul out, sell 50% of your position, and then it's a free trade. And then you can just let it run and see how it goes. Now, most meme coins are a little bit crappy. They're not going to do anything. So you don't want to let them run because you know they're just eventually going to pump down and do nothing. Now, I showed you some big meme coins in previous videos, like the Myros, Dog with Hat. How do we know this is not going to join them? Yes, it could fall apart, but it's unlikely it's going to go all the way back down to 5,000 market cap. Unlikely. It's probably going to settle. Let's say this was the top. It'll probably settle, consolidate for a while, and then slowly, gradually just kind of die off, if that's what it wanted to do. But then if it was gradually consolidating between 13 and 17 million, I've got plenty of time to sell for a lot of profits during that period. So I don't need to rush to do anything. And so many other people are going to be in my position. They're going to be holding profits here because we're all-time highs that nobody's looking to run. And some of these people are crazy when it comes to diamond hands. And some of these people are new. So they're just never going to sell whatever happens. So generally, you've got this self-fulfilling prophecy, and that's where you get these massive pumps and runs. So potentially that could happen. But seeing a little bit of resistance now. So I may take a little 5% off and stuff. And then that's it. I'm going to sleep on it and see how it goes. Now, after I wake up, it could be back down to 10 million. We don't know. But even at 10 million, still in profit, I don't care. Because at these points, the risk reward now, especially when you've taken profits, it actually does make sense to moonbag it a bit and see what happens. Because if this does run to 100 million, it's going to be very profitable for me and worthwhile, and actually better than many, many small wave 1 positions, if you think about it that way, because it's a larger position size. And the great thing is about being in profit, about using technical analysis to get into your trades and not jump. Because if I jumped in at 17 million and I saw it breaking out, that's not the time. But loads of people did that, because if you look at the volume, most people jumped in after. Not the time to do it. That's a very risky time to do it. You have to get in all of this stuff early, as I've been showing you. But the good thing is, once you're in profit, you can breathe a sigh of relief. You know you're safe. You've already taken some profits, maybe taken your initial investment out already. It takes the emotion out. And remember my videos where I talk about emotion in trading? If you can get that out, it makes it much easier to make rational decisions. Because rationally, I shouldn't panic. I shouldn't look at how much profit I'm on right now. Because if I look at it, I'm going to think, oh, I better sell. I should sell it. That'll be a really nice chunk of cash. But I don't want to do that, because I know that's not the right thing to do here. Yes, we could drop back down to 15 million, but how do I know this is not just the next stair up? So these are all just stairs curving up. How do I know we're not going to get a few more stairs up? We're going to get pullbacks along the way. So me personally, I'm looking at this very, very strong breakout to all-time highs, lots of liquidity, good market cap. I'm actually going to hold a little bit. Now, if we get to 15 and we get a bounce, remember how I told you about the stair thing? If we're getting stairs going the other way, and we're getting lower highs, lower lows, then yeah, one of these little peaks here, I'm going to slowly exit my position, and at the best possible optimal area. I'm not going to just randomly sell when it's dumping, so I'm not going to do it that way. But then yeah, I'll get out and still make plenty of profit. But I'm not going to rush. So keep that in mind as well. If you've got any wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, if you've got something that's working, yes, you definitely want to take profits and stuff, but don't rush to take them all. Sometimes that could be the wrong thing as well, because one trade could make your account. Literally, if you did one trade, let's say you got a small budget, your budget's only 5 sol, and one trade just turned that into 50. Then it doesn't matter how many bad trades you did, like that would really, really help your trading account. You can pull that money and you can use it in real life, obviously. But if you were quick to take profits as soon as they doubled, and then you'll be kicking yourself after, then don't let that happen. And the way not to let that happen is by taking small profits as we go along. That's the most optimal. And then, yeah, if it's suddenly dumping, click the 100% button and just sell all of the rest of your position quickly. No problem. So I hope this helps. Thanks for listening.